Shabbos, everybody. These are the rules that you shall set before them, is the opening of Mishpatim. In our last Parsha of Yisro, we started from being individuals and we became a nation. We accepted the Torah and then we move forward. To continue this plan of God, this is what our objective is. The laws listed in Parsha's Mishpatim were to be the guideline of our whole relationship with our fellow human. The goal is for building up human society through justice, compassion, honesty, and integrity. The legal laws by which the building up of a Jewish society are based on fair and integral-filled order. These laws by God protect the individual by the principles of morality and decency. Judaism is based not only on the Ten Commandments, but on hundreds of ways in which we are called on to sanctify our relationships with other people, with animals, and with the land. To simplify the rules and commandments in one sentence, I propose the following. If this was a mathematical equation, we would say it looks something like this. X plus Y equals treat your neighbor as you would want to be treated. Love your neighbor as yourself. The X and the Y are your lives, your stories that are unique just to you and your families. Each one of us has choices, decisions, and lifestyles based on our own personal history and experience. But the sum of that equation is the same for all humanity. And we must find every way possible to come up with the correct sum. Love your neighbor as yourself. In the book of the covenant, the laws, as Mishpatim is called, Moshe receives the organized divine commandments for different sections of society. In chapter 21, that deals with the civil and criminal matters. In the second part, chapter 22, deals with a variety of topics, emphasizing humanitarian issues. The third chapter of the Parsha affirms the divine promises and warns against the dangers of assimilation and following other deities. The final chapter in the Parsha deals with how the document was ratified. One interesting thought is that the rules given to the Israelites were unique to them and their experiences. It was their X and Y. There are different cultures all around the Israelites at the time. And that's why you'll read in the Torah, you'll find things like sacrifices and other communal rituals that are also common in the other cultures. Thus, God instructed the concepts from the Torah are meant for us. And in context with the storyline, the Israelites, to recognize God as the one deity and do these common rituals that were all around him and that they did, we see being done, they had to do it in a sanctified manner. It is how we today live in a secular society that is Jewish or halakhically approved that makes it correct, allowing us to commune and get close to God. God was forming this group, this nascent group, with their experiences in Egypt accounting for a large part of their education. They would receive their education in forming a society that was divinely instructed with each section of their lives, i.e. educators, family, business, animals, neighbors of all kind, meticulously organized and perfectly designed for everybody to live the golden life. Each chapter in Mishpatim is a single thought of a topic that later on is going to be explored later in the Torah. Mostly in the third book of Vayikra or in the fourth book of Bamidbar. The census that we're going to speak about is described in Bamidbar, the laws in the book of Vayikra. Moshe is the liaison now between God and the people at this point. Aaron and his sons and the 70 elders of Israel are Team Moshe, assisting him in receiving the instructions and educating the people. Now, the last section of the Parsha, in chapter 24, verse 9 through 18, this is a hotly debated among all the commentators and requires an open mind as we read. Then Moshe and Aaron, Nadav and Avihu, and 70 elders of Israel ascended, and they saw God of Israel. Under his feet there was the likeness of a pavement of sapphire. They ate and drank. It's in chapter 24, verse 9. Is it possible for man to see God and live? Is it possible for us to see those that are not here anymore? The answer lies within us personally. It's personal to our own emotion and our own heart. When we close our eyes, we can see and we feel and we understand. Can we take that away from anyone who claims they saw or felt? Through the stories, we learn compassion, as compassion is allowing for those who see and feel to see and feel without question. Love your neighbor as yourself. Compassion. These are the lessons of the book of the covenant, the words in Mishpatim. Shabbat shalom.
First Aliyah is on page 456.
ויעזור ויגן ויושיע לכל החוסים בו